Are we not a big enough, a loving enough, and a tolerant enough state to find a way to accommodate my deeply held religious convictions? I'm here before you this morning as I return to work to say that I love my Lord Jesus, I love all people, and I love my job. I want to continue to serve all three as I have tried to do until now.
That Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis is back at work, and conflicting reports. Is she or is she not going to hand out the license? ABC News correspondent in Chicago, Ryan Burrow, following this story for us. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning. Yeah, the licenses are going out. They're being signed off by her deputy clerk, Brian Mason. He's the one who's issuing them. She is going hands-off on this, and she wants everyone to know that the licenses indicate that they are being issued under federal authority, not her own. And her belief is that maybe these licenses that are going out aren't valid. There was a same-sex couple, at least one yesterday, that went in, got a license, walked out with one that had been signed, and they're going to go on their way and go get married. But, whether or not these licenses are valid, still up in the air. The governor of Kentucky says they are indeed valid. She says they are not. I guess that's once again for a court to decide as we get murkier and murkier into the legal waters here.
Is the court going to decide? Has anyone asked the court to sort of answer that question?
No, to my knowledge, that has not come up yet, but we'll see if indeed that comes down the pipeline here pretty soon. Of course, she continues to file appeals as to whether or not her office should be forced to hand out these licenses. In the meantime, we've got some new polling on what she's done and where people's support lies. And ABC News Washington Post poll shows 63% of people think Kim Davis should have to issue those same-sex marriage licenses, just 33% saying she should not. And among those 63%, 72 say she should have had to serve jail time for refusing to do so. So it looks like the public is not on her side, and what that means, I mean, whether that means anything in the court system, we don't know, but it could mean something as we head into another Republican debate Wednesday. We'll see if it pops up and whether some of these candidates want to get involved with this case at all.
So she's not handing out any licenses, even the heterosexual licenses as well?
Signed off by her? Yeah, that's a greght question. I believe that the ones that she's not issuing at this point are the same-sex marriage licenses. Whether or not her name is on the heterosexual ones, I guess I just don't have that information right now. Remember, she's only been back to the office for one day,
right?
So I'm not exactly sure at this point how many people have indeed filed for that marriage license at this point.
I was seeing clips on the TV. It seems like there's 8 billion media outlets there following this.
Yeah, that's in fact, there seemed to be a lot more media. We had a lot of protesters there for a while, and there are still plenty of protesters from both sides that are there, but this is definitely under a microscope as far as the media circus goes. Where it goes beyond this point, now that she's back at the office and it looks like things have calmed down, maybe the story will kind of die down here a little bit now that the office is issuing those licenses and she's there, even though she's not technically signing off on it. I guess we'll just see kind of how this plays out as she continues her fight for the appeal.
Ryan Burrow, ABC News correspondent, thanks for checking in.
Thank you.
You got it. 63% of Americans say that she should issue the marriage license despite her Christian beliefs, and 73% said she should go to jail.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
She doesn't care what the public thinks.
Well, and also, in the context of this Republican debate, it doesn't matter because the only people voting in that Republican debate are probably people, the majority of them, support her. And so this is the crux of the issue, is the people voting for that candidate support her, but the rest of the country doesn't, so they find themselves in this majority of the minority, which is always troubling when you're talking about politicians and elected officials and so on and so forth.
True.
724 here, Big 550, KTRS. I want to talk